Are we live? All right. All right. Let's see. Mhm. All right. We appear to be live. I think. Let's check time. All right. We appear to be live. Oh, okay, we're good. Which I actually am going to keep the video up just so I can see the chat. All right, watch. There we go. Okay, we're good. Good morning, everybody. If you can't tell, if you're blind, if you can't read the title, we're doing a bit of spring. I'm doing a bit of spring cleaning today. And it is going to be a long process. I'm mainly going to do my closet. I think my room's fine as it is. I'm mainly going to do my closet. That's why, like, you have a bunch of keyboards and shit all over the fucking bed. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm just going to do my closet. Yeah. So the main thing I want to do is hopefully I'm going to see if I can get this link to, I don't know, Discord. Hopefully people can join so I'm not all by myself. Hopefully people are even online. Man, full screen? What the hell? Okay, so apparently the WinRAR. God damn it, Kron. Kron, why is WinRAR following you? Okay, so since I don't have the link on me and I don't want to crash the stream, or I just don't want to like leave the stream all of a sudden, I'm gonna like just type the link out. Hopefully it works. I think that works. I just check if it works. I'm joining it on my PC to make sure if it works. About a full screen mode. Of course, people are at school. With me being graduated, I keep forgetting that so many people are at school. I mean, how can I forget these kinds of things? I don't even know if I am, even in the stream. All right, yep, we're in. That's the link. Once again, let's hope people join. So yeah, like I said, today not going to be a very interesting stream. I'm mainly just going to do some spring cleaning, maybe like probably reorganize my closet because it's been the same for a good chunk of time now. Better fix my lamp. Maybe like figure out a way. I don't know. Have a way for my lamp to light everything up because if not, it's gonna be like dark as shit in here. Either that or find like a flashlight, or I could probably just use my other lamp since my since this lamp is mainly just fucking. Yeah, I don't think the wire isn't long enough. Try not to break anything. Imagine that. Imagine trying not to break anything. Wire right here. So this one now I'll turn off this. Yeah, that's good. That's fine. Yes. All right. Let's see if I can find a good place for me to put my good place for me to put my phone. So for now, I do need to move some shit because I think the main place I'm gonna put my phone is right up here. But again, in order for me to do that, I'm gonna have to move some shit off the shelf and all that. All that. You see, walking. All right. Let's move everything in my room for now. Just fucking, Oh. Don't you have school? Oh, you're literally at school. I literally joined in at school. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, keep forgetting that Chrome's transgender. Sorry. Yeah, she legit just joined in at school. Oh. Where am I gonna put that? Yeah, like I was gonna put my phone probably up here. I think it'll work right here. Be right back. I want to put this box. I'll put it back in a little bit. Yeah. I don't want to just let people know right off the bat that this is not going to be a very interesting stream. Michael, I joined because money. We can go. We can call late, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Just I wouldn't stay for long, Cron, because like it is like I think against school protocol or against school rules to stay. I'll be gone. Just as I'm saying, I don't think it's the best idea to stay here. Leaves. No. All right. So funny story about this. I bought this at a thrift store, thinking like, oh, okay, this would be a good investment. Haven't used it once. Mainly because I can't find the right fucking batteries for it. Wait a minute. They sell these exact batteries for 50 cents. Come on, pepperoni in the chat. Everybody in the chat, if somebody joins the stream, spam pepperoni. Spam pepperoni in the chat. That's my new channel motto. Every time I make a new video, I'm just gonna go, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Buddy here, pepperoni. And today we're yeah. By the way, if my hair is a mop, ignore it. I literally just woke up like an hour and a half ago. At least that's the excuse I usually use. See, like I was saying like, oh, I never found the batteries for this, but then I opened the fucking fucker up and I realized, wait, I've bought these exact batteries for my freaking piano. Hello, Evil Slayer. How you doing this morning? How you doing this wonderful May 1st? I try to be positive today. If you can't tell, so like I was saying, I bought these exact batteries for like 50 cents down at my local dollar store. Meaning, bought the freaking battery for the goddamn thing. Wait, why am I playing this back? I should be taking all this shit down. Like I said, mainly the first thing I want to do is I want to get inside of this big ass crate and just take everything out and just like run. Just woke up morning. Hello, Jacob. Hello, crying. Let the body set the floor. I'm not singing that lyric. I can't. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, the main thing I want to do for now is I just want to like get everything out of the closet just so I can reorganize it. You might be wondering, why do I stream in the morning? I don't know, boredom. Okay, skeleton mask. My friend was gonna have it for music for Halloween. But then next thing you know, my sister was like, no, just go on with just your face. Like, like just put some makeup on your face, you'll be good. I have makeup. So I'm like, oh, okay, can I have the mask? I was like, you got $1.50? And I said, fuck it, yeah, I got a mask for $1.50. So now I'm skinny toy. He-Man! I need to defeat He-Man! Get off my property. I used to be I was one time a baby. The only freaking He-Man or Masters of the Universe sketches I've ever watched was on Robot Chicken. I've never in my life seen the show. I've never seen the show. The only thing I have somewhat actually seen is like a bit of the live action remake. But that's only because I saw a bit of the Nostalgia Critic. I never actually watched the full fucking review of it. But I heard the movie was pretty fucking bad. Yeah, so that's a problem most of the time when I reorganize shit like this. It's like there's most of the time never any room. It hasn't even been a year since I first organized my closet. Now that I think about it, to give you context, my closet, how my room in general, was at one point a disaster area. It literally looked like somebody. I'm holding a needle. There's a plant on the floor. Trash. My closet was at one point a fucking war zone. Like, it took an hour or two just to sweep all this shit out. It was like, see, here's the thing. This is not a very good house. Okay, so fucking, I would find shit like there'd be rats crawling all over the place. So I'm a kind-hearted guy, so most of the time I feed them. Which I'm telling you now, don't feed rats. If you find rats, don't do it. Okay, I just let the kindness of my heart get the best of me. And you know what? It's not worth it because next thing you know, as I'm cleaning through my closet, I see piles and piles of rat shit all over the place. And I'm like, how do I clean this? Well, after after an hour or two of cleaning and sweeping and like thankfully it wasn't even like smeared. It wasn't even smeared. It was just little pellets of crap. So thankfully I could easily just clean it up. Like we had to empty the trash can twice. The fact that the closet looks as good as it does, I don't want to call it good, but the fact that it looks as okay as it does right now is insane. It blows my mind how it's looks somewhat passable with how much garbage that was all over the place. Again, there was shit everywhere. Like everywhere. So the fact that it looks as good as it does really just goes to show how my whole room was like that. Granted, my whole room wasn't covered in shit. Okay, I didn't go that far. But there was a point where I had a very bad depression. So it legit looked like the end of a house party. It legit looked like there was trash everywhere, fucking mold stains. Okay, because it was at that point I just didn't care. I didn't care about life. I didn't care. Blah blah blah. Since then, not only I am now the most cleansed. Like I am now that one person where if I was to find a stain in my room, okay, that's kind of a bit of an exaggeration because now that I'm looking around the place, so there's still a stain or two. But like, if I were to find a piece of plastic on like a fucking microscopic piece of plastic, I would immediately vacuum that shit up. No joke. No joke. Because I do not want to go back to that fucking place that I used to be at. Right, that place, it was a very dark time in my life. It was just a time where I just didn't care. But thankfully I've moved on and now my room is just a hunk of shit. But you know what? It's my hunk of shit, and I love it. Anyways. I need to get gloves or something. See, the thing is, the main reason why most of this stuff is still in here is because of winter. Most of the time, winter. I'm not gonna use. Most of the time, it's winter. Most of the time during winter, we usually put like stuff like air conditioners in in the closet. Like my family would usually use this place as a place to store their stuff. Which, yeah, they're not doing that anymore because I actually use this shit for more important stuff. At one point, I even used this fucking place as like a recording booth. But yeah, I don't do that anymore because at that point, I'm just like, okay, I can just use a freaking noise gate. Plus, it sounded really echoey. Oh, God. body aches up this motherfucker. Once again, I legit woke up like, how long has the stream been going on? Like if it's been 30 minutes, then it'd be like 2 hours. Like 2 hours ago, I woke up. Oh. Nope, not even 2 hours. Like an hour and 40 minutes or something like that. Oh. Christ. That freaking basket right there. It's just what I need to turn on my air conditioner. Whew. God damn. Now, the first thing I mainly want to do. Hello, Matt. How you doing today? How you doing this morning? I'm doing fine. Hope you're doing okay. If you hear background noise, that's mainly my air conditioner. I'm gonna turn it off so the stream doesn't have to deal with noises like that. So yeah. By the way, speaking of Matt's, recently he was just in something called The Road Trip. I don't know, it's a small little indie film. I think it might have been a part of it. I don't know, you guys might want to check it out. It seems pretty cool. Anyways, I think it's called House of Buddies, The Road Trip. I don't know. Just happened in case I saw you live on my rec. So yeah, the first thing I mainly want to do, since my closet is mainly cleaned out now, well, there's still some stuff up there, but I'll worry about that in a little bit, is this box. This big ass blue crate. This is mainly like I don't know what I call it. I think I mainly call it I don't know what I call it. But like, it's mainly like where I keep stuff, like box. Like it's mainly like a storage device or something like that. I don't know if I call it that. I mainly put stuff like DVDs that don't go on the shelf, or just little tools and accessories, like not main tools, because my tool, like a toolbox, even though it's just a freaking crappy ass freaking unused drawer that I decided to just turn into a toolbox. It might turn into a toolbox. I mean, I just put a bunch of tools in there. Right. All right. So, a funny story about this, right? This and like a whole bunch of other shit was free. Like I saw it on Facebook, and it was like, see, on Facebook they have this thing called a Facebook Marketplace, where basically if you were to set up your local location, you basically will go around your town to find some stuff that people are selling, and they have a lot of free stuff there. Well, this elderly couple, I don't know if they're elder, but just seeing how their house was, they were probably an elder couple. They were having a thing where they basically just sold a bunch of shit for free. So I'm saying, okay, that's cool. I'm gonna check this out. Walk down there, and I'll keep in mind, there was one little bag I had. It was like a little red bag. I don't know if I still have it in the closet. I might have taken it out, but either that or it's probably in like somebody else's room. Anyways, I take it out, and I'm like, okay. So I take it out and I start biking there. Bike is breaking down halfway there, so I'm like, okay, shit, this is not gonna work as planned. So I start walking the rest of the way there. And again, I'm now realizing, due to the amount of shit I wanted to grab, it was mainly camping stuff. But since summer's around the corner, I thought it'd be interesting. I thought it'd be interesting to start carrying. I thought it'd be interesting to just like, I mean, since it was just mostly camping stuff, I thought it couldn't be that big. It was. Thankfully, there was a lot of trash bags all over the place, and thankfully some of them didn't have holes in them. But what happened was there was so much shit in the bag, and by the time I made it, by the time I was almost halfway down the street, the bag was starting to break. So I'm like, okay, this isn't that big a deal. I've been through worse. And now keep in mind, I'm the guy who carried a fucking big ass massage chair down a hill. It took me an hour, but I fucking did that shit. Right? I fucking did that shit. Immediately after the hour goes by, I legit ran down to the store and bought myself a freaking water, because that's how much sweat was just going through my body at that point. But yeah, chairs in my sister's room. That's a whole nother story for another day. Anyways, so I'm thinking this isn't that big of a task. Who cares if some spikes are poking on my back? I think I can be able to do this. Halfway down the road, because again, it's a downhill, right, to where the freaking elder couple lives. It's a downhill. As I'm halfway down the hill, the bag just breaks open. Everything is on the ground now. I'm sitting there questioning what the fuck am I supposed to do now? I might be kind of fucked. But then, thankfully, this car just driving out of nowhere, who just so happened to be driving on the same street, just so happened to have a freaking trash bag on them. Which I'm like, thank God. And I have to clarify to them. I basically have to say to them, hey, I'm not homeless. I'm not homeless. I'm not homeless. And they're like, oh no, don't worry, bro. It's all good. It's all good. We understand. And basically, like, yeah. The rest of the way home, I just listened to music, and thankfully the bike was still there, half like from where I left it beforehand. So thankfully, I just hopped back on the bike and I just went on my way. Yeah, definitely not my most difficult time carrying stuff. You know, like I said, I might as well tell you guys a story about how I carried a massage lip bag explode. Yeah. But again, like I might as well tell you guys a story about how the massage chair broke. Should I put this on the shelf? Like I don't use it anymore because I have it on Blu-ray and I plan for like a month Blu-ray. Yeah, fuck it, I'll just put it. Yeah, I guess I'll play right there. 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Not definitely not just so loud. Because they're in a horrible condition. I mean, the discs are fine. It's just like the cases. I might as well tell you the story about how I carried that massage chair. Well, see, basically, my cousin was at my house. She lives in the same town as I do. And she mentioned to me that she was also on Facebook Marketplace. And this was like a completely different time period from when it was like a completely different scenario from what happened with the fucking with the freaking trash bag incident. Like, this was like months before. This was before winter. It was like the ending of spring. I mean, no, it was the ending of summer. I think it was like, I'd say maybe either September or August, one of those. But I'm like, she gets an ad basically saying how there's like a bunch of free shit at this area. So I walk down there and I see a bunch of cool shit. And I see this big ass massage chair. Now the owner was thankfully outside and she was like, yeah, this is a pretty heavy piece. I recommend it. So I'm thinking to myself, it can't be that big a deal. So my first thought was to just fucking flat out just pick it up and just just drag it out, like flat out just drag it to places, right? Well, as I start doing that, I realize it's not moving because I'm not strong enough to carry like an over 1,000 pound massage chair because that's what I realized. I realized that the massage chair was probably 1,000 pounds. So I'm sitting there just puzzled and I'm just sitting there like, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to carry this? So now I'm sitting here just like trying to figure out. And I asked the owner, hey, do you have some rope I can borrow? And she's like, okay, sure. And so I'm basically like, okay, after I'm done with the massage chair, I'll bring the rope. She's like, no, just keep the rope. It's all good. We have some more. All right, okay. So now I'm carrying the freaking massage chair. I have it tied against a rope, and I'm dragging it downhill. Dragging that massage chair down the hill might have been the most exercise I'd ever got in my life. I'm not even kidding. Like, dragging that motherfucker down that hill was so time inducing, so stressful. Like, I was at the point where I was gonna pass out. Like, it was even at one point where I legit felt like I was going to die because again, I was already halfway down the street when I started having those feelings of doubt and pain. I was like, okay, I can't do this anymore. But then again, I realized I was already halfway down the street. No, I got you to you got I can't speak today again. Literally just woke up like almost like 2 hours ago. You got to keep this in mind. It's not just one hill up. It's basically like if you went up one hill and then another hill up. I had to go down 2 hills, so like the equivalent of 2 hills, just to get that massage chair down to my house. Right. Well, an hour goes by, and the massage chair is like almost halfway down. And again, I'm sitting there, sweating pouring down my face. I was tempted to take my shirt off, expose my fat ass to my freaking. The word downhill is funny for me. It's suburban in a urban and I can't say that word. I know what it is. I just can't say it. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. That's why I was tempted to take my shirt off to expose my fat stomach to the freaking world. Again, I wasn't that stupid, but I wasn't that willing to humiliate myself. So I'm sitting here just carrying down. Now, keep in mind, it wouldn't be as bad if I wasn't carrying the motherfucker down near the fucking mayor's house. Yeah, the mayor, or the guy who was the mayor, or the guy who was, I don't know if he's still in office, the mayor of this town. I'm dragging this motherfucker down. Because it's so flat in here, Belgian, but you see any changes in the elevation, um, basically the mayor, he's thankfully not outside, it's his wife. And as I'm dragging it down, her first thing wasn't offering me help. Her first thing to say was, "Hey, don't scratch the truck," because there was a big ass truck right there, and I was on the other side of the road. So I'm like, yeah, okay, I won't. Even though we're on the other side, the complete opposite side of the road where the goddamn truck was. So now I'm dragging it. And by the time I get down the street, I was sitting here like, okay, I don't know if I can do this anymore. I'm at a loss for words. I like again, it already took me like an hour and a half just getting that motherfucker down. Like I think it was at that point, like at the point where I was already halfway down, I was like, okay, I think at that point, I think I was able, like, that's when I realized that, like, okay, this isn't as bad as I thought. And I just started to, like, I just had to figure out a pattern. You know what I mean? Some sort of pattern to make, like, this shit easier for me. And, the pattern wasn't, like, just kind of keep dragging it down this way, and hopefully nothing goes wrong. So eventually I get the thing down the street and all that crap. And just as I'm, like, so now I'm sitting here. I'm sweating. I couldn't breathe. And again, it was fucking hot as fuck. Like I said, it was like the ending of summer, so it wasn't like cold as fuck or like cool as fall. It was like hot. Sitting there dying, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Like I just couldn't carry it anymore. So I eventually run down to the store because I had a few bucks on me at the time. Because why not? Like why not? So I go run down to the store, buy myself a freaking water. And I also buy myself, I also buy my brother a Powerade. My brother did not get that Powerade. You got to find out why. Um, so next thing you know, I'm drinking that water. By the way, I live down the street. I live on this long ass street. And I live mainly down the street. Down on the other side of the street is a good friend of the family, and he has this big ass truck, right? And I say to him, "Hey, you mind helping me?" Because I walk up to his place. I'm like, "Hey, you mind helping me?" And he's like, "Yeah, I can. I'm gonna be going somewhere in a little bit." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I'm sitting there sweating my ass off, and by the time now keep in mind, I already been to the store because again, I live in this long ass street, but if you were to go down the street, there's like a freaking like a gas station. That's where I got the drinks. Basically, I already drank the freaking water, and I was still dehydrated. So I said, sorry, bud, sorry, Dalton, sorry, Mitchell, buddy," and I just drank his Powerade. Thankfully, he didn't even know I bought it for him. Thankfully, he didn't even know. Okay, like the day afterwards, I got him like a big ass bottle of Pepsi, just make up for it. You get, even though he didn't even know. Just goes to show how much good brother I am. Like, so I'm sitting there dehydrated, and I just couldn't breathe. And I'm walking down the street, and thankfully, a guy who's another good friend of the family, he was walking down the street. He kind of doesn't. He's not supposed to live in this building. He lives with his mother, who rents the apartment, one of the apartments upstairs, exactly the apartment upstairs. Um, he was like so happened to be biking down the street, and he's like, "Let me park the bike, and I'll help you carry it." And he's like, me and him start picking it up, and he's like, "Okay, let me go get my truck." And thankfully, he drives all like thankfully he takes the truck, and he's not even supposed to be driving the truck. He has a driver's license, but that truck is like so fucked to the point where it just couldn't be carried. So now I'm taking this freaking big ass massage chair. He drives the truck down, and we're carrying the massage chair down the freaking street in this truck. And I remember how, like, when we get to the backyard, he tells my parents, "Yo, you sound crazy, dude. You sound crazy." And they're both looking at this, and they're like, "How the hell did you do that?" I'm like, "Yes." But what else am I supposed to say? Like, it took me an hour to carry that motherfucker down. I'm not mad. Now, and so then I basically just set the freaking massage chair in my room. And it was at that point I'd realized that this whole freaking ordeal was for nothing because it was taking like my main goal for my main task for for the massage chair was that I wanted it to be as like a new computer chair. So I can work on my stuff while while having a massage chair on my back, and so it can keep me calm while working on my things. And wow, that was a good catch. um, yeah, that didn't happen. Again, the massage chair was so big, it was to the point where I just couldn't carry it. Well, thankfully, my sister had room in her room, and I basically said, "Hey, do you want this?" And she's like, "Hell yeah, I want the freaking massage chair." And again, it's a good freaking massage chair. She uses it as a bed. She uses that fucker as a bed, even though she has her own bed. But our other sister usually sleeps on it. So yeah, that's basically the whole ordeal. How I got that freaking massage chair. And again, I am kind of irritated that I don't have it anymore because it is a good massage chair. But again, I'm also happy that I don't have it because, it took way too much space out of my room. Yeah. Because it's so fun. Oh yeah, I already read it. All right. Oh god, these freaking nunchucks. Okay. This isn't like a story, but this is sort of like, I guess it is kind of a story. So basically, my parents were out of the house one day, and basically it was just me and my younger sister, right? She's like 15 at the time. She's 16 now. Jesus Christ. Oh, kids are getting old. Basically, she takes care of herself. I take care of myself. Who cares? We're basically we're just hanging out. She's with her friends and all that crap. I'm just sitting there. I'm most likely on a call on Discord. I don't remember the exact dates of what I was doing at the time. Basically, her and her friends go down to the park. As she gets back, she literally comes home with these. Like somebody accidentally left them at the park, and she just took them. She doesn't even use them. She legit took them. So now I feel bad because I feel like somebody probably cherished these with all their heart, and they left it at the park, and now my sister just stole it. No, worst case scenario, somebody was probably in the bathroom, probably just left them there, and my sister took it. So yeah, if you live in this town and you just so happen to own these pairs of nunchucks, please contact me. I'll happily. Yeah, America, man, crazy place. Yeah, if these are your nunchucks, please contact me. I'll happily give them back. I don't have any need for them. Okay, I don't even know what kind of video I can make out of them or make with them. You know. Oh, fantasy. I forgot I had this. Would you hear a weird noise, but like there's no movement? Left the nunchucks. Yeah, somebody left. Yeah, don't mess with massage chairs. Yeah. So basically, what happened was, I so I was basically just walking down the street. Yeah. Yeah, and I was just minding my own business, and a fucking meteor just came out of nowhere. It was like, hey, fuck you, and I was like, oh shit. And the next thing you know, I almost died. Thankfully, this fucker right here, this fucker right here, saved my life. Yeah, yeah. This moist dinosaur. Moist dinosaur. I swear to God, I hope I don't make that a canon character. Is this DS even power on? Nope, it's dead. Yep, an SD card and all of it is just fucked at that point. So yeah, and plus all the servers for us for freaking I don't know. DS, so I'll shut up and listen. What's the point? Might need to get it. I do want to get myself a Wii just so I can homebrew that fucker and just install a bunch of shit. Because my friend Jacob, he has a homebrew Wii. He has a series on his channel called Jacob Plays Video Games. Just a live stream series where he just chills on stream in the morning and just plays live stream. Joey, Line Sauce, what? Matt, why? I saw that, Matt. I saw that, Matt. What the hell?
All right, let's see if this microphone still works after all that. All right, Super Mario Brothers 2, well beloved games of all time. They might recognize Super.
Why'd you send me a Vine Sauce clip? I've seen that video countless of times, Matt. I don't even know what 90% of this shit is in this bucket. Why do I have just a collection of rings? I don't use them. I barely wear rings. Actually, pretty nice rings, honestly. This one in particular, actually. This one. Look good on me, guys? Look good on me? No? But shit gets stressful. I'm messing with you guys. I don't drink Fireball. See, basically, my aunt and uncle were at the house, and they had this bottle of Fireball. And I said, "Hey, mind if I have the bottle once you guys are done drinking it?" And they're like, "Sure." And yeah, they gave me the bottle. Why do I use it? Why do I have the bottle? I don't know. Maybe I can use it for prop. None of your business. Shut the fuck up. Oh, if you guys get the chance to, watch this movie. Watch Schindler's List. Probably the best movie I have ever seen. Honestly, God. I don't know why. Just revisiting Schindler's List. I don't know why. Just something so special about the movie. It's flawless. It's just a flawless masterpiece. Fireball. Again, Matt, I don't drink the Fireball. Why do I own this? I don't even have it. I don't even have a Nintendo 64. In from a chair. Sell it or something. Oh, I couldn't catch it that time. Excuse me. Ah, my red dildo. Oh, God. Another ball. Random. Oh, speaking of balls. Yeah. Nice. Context on this? So basically, I have like multiple outlets, and let me go. Gotta do some stuff. See you, bro. See you, Matt. Hope you have a good day, bro. Basically, the outlet, it was basically just like fucking me over multiple times. It just kept breaking. Like, I mean, I wouldn't say breaking. It was more like the wires just keep falling out. So I, at that point, just took this shit off, which is definitely a fire hazard. I do not recommend anybody doing that, but I don't give a fuck. Works for me. Yeah. This is oh shit! Now I know what this is. Okay, this is another story I gotta tell you guys. So basically, this is once again another Facebook Marketplace story. Is this just the map of GTA 5? No, it's the city of Los Santos. Why do I? What do I have? I have two of these. Christ. That one's older though. So basically, this is another story I gotta tell you guys. So one day I was just chilling, minding my own business, on Facebook Marketplace as I usually do. I'm gonna like have another. I kept this because my aunt's, I love my aunt. She So basically, I'm just chilling on Marketplace as I usually do, like I've been doing, like I've been telling you guys multiple times in this freaking stream. And basically, they were selling this organ. I don't know why I keep this. Wow. Garbage. Basically, how they were selling this organ for free. So I messaged the owner, and she's like, "Oh yeah, we're just giving it away for free. This used to be my uncle's. I mean, this used to be my father's. He passed away recently, and we're just trying to get it out of the house, and hopefully somebody can just play it in his honor." I said, "Yeah, I'll take it off your guys' hands." I don't know why it's not this feelings are really broken. Probably was a horrible idea. Keeping these. Gave myself some sort of Asian disease. Why did I say Asian? Oh, what? Okay. Anyways, so basically they were just giving it away for free, and they basically say we're just gonna have to leave it to this location. Now this was before the freaking massage chair incident, so I didn't like, so I wasn't like, so this is before the massage chair incident, so I'm like, and I knew that it was an organ, and like the difference between the massage chair and the organ was I didn't know the size of the massage chair at the time. So I'm like, okay, clearly it isn't going to be that difficult. Like, I didn't know how difficult the massage chair was going to be to carry. But the organ, on the other hand, I knew right off the bat that that motherfucker was not going to be easy to carry. Fucking speaker doesn't even work. I don't know why I keep it. I knew right off the bat that the massage chair, that the freaking organ was not going to be easy to carry. So I had this guy who used to date one of my neighbors. He was at the house, and I basically said, "Hey, mind if you take?" Because he has this big ass truck, right? And so I'm basically just like, "Hey, mind if you like drive me to this location? I'm not getting organ." And he's like, "Sure, okay." And so basically, motherfucker used a wrench as a steering wheel. Last time I drive with that guy. So we're not driving. I'm fucking scared because again, baby's free. Oh, little guy. Yeah, okay, dude. Okay. Come on, look at her. Look at little baby. Okay, buddy. Okay. Spider. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, buddy. Oh, buddy, you're okay. Don't hurt you. I don't really know how to call him. Just can't be in my front, you know. Baby. Oh, buddy, you're okay. So come on, get in here. You're okay. There we go, little guy. You okay? Little guy. Okay. Have a little friend. Have a little friend. Hello, everybody. It's your little spider. It's an autofocus. The autofocus is fucked right now. Oh, god damn it. Come on. Focus. Focus. Let me look safe. Ignore my ass, guys. I'm keeping my eye. Oh, my eyes on my shoe. Oh, okay. Okay. One more. There you go, little guy. It's a baby, yo. Okay, there it is. Anyway, back to the baby now. Anyways, so yeah, motherfucker was using a wrench as a steering wheel. Now I'm panicking. Now keep in mind the massage. Now keep in mind the freaking organ. I keep freaking confusing you for a massage chair. Fucking organ was freaking huge. It's heavy as a shelf, right? If you combine the shelf times 2. So I'm like sitting here questioning how the hell am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to carry this? And I can't. So again, thankfully I have the truck. So I'm sitting here. Thankfully the guy had a rope. Like, again, another instance where a rope just comes in handy. On the rope, basically we tied the organ to the truck. And we basically moved the organ inside of my room. Now, if we go to my pad and we basically we drive the organ here, no big deal, right? If you were to see my past videos, you would know that you would see the organ. Like hell, I think it was like one of my old live streams where I basically was like watching a Nintendo Direct. I had 2 big ass bottles, 2 liters of Coke, and I had that organ. It was at one time my TV stand, but these days I don't use a TV. I use a projector. I think it's a better way to watch TV. Yeah, basically I had an organ for a little bit. I think another thing that's now in my sister's room, she plays it, so now she plays it. Yeah, so we're learning basics about it. But you know what? I think it's pretty darn neat. I like to see my sister learning the art of music. Because, I am a musician, so. Interesting. No, this is so good. Why don't I use this? It's too manly. Nothing wrong with man's freaking deodorant or other kind. No, 2 more rings. What the fuck? Alright, 2 more rings. Guys are giving away some rings. I don't know why I have this picture on my phone. This is really not mine. This is another love you mama. This is my grandma. That was a Christmas card from my grandma. But anyway, and this everything else is just garbage. This is a horrible charger. This is a picture. I don't know why I have that. This way. Go in the trash. Except for a small little Rubik's Cube toy that's I pick it up. But yeah, I did. Here it is. Where's the other little Rubik's Cube that I had? I'm trying to get this rope for probably some stuff in my room. All this rope. It's right there. Gloves. Box checker. I think there's another one. Screw. Crate. Everything else can just go straight into the trash. All this dust. Oh, this is not going to be easy to carry over. I never actually it might be. There we go. Oh, all right. Now that I have completely emptied this bucket, time to put everything back in. Now, the main thing I wanted to do was I wanted to just empty out the freaking bucket just so I can like reorganize it. So I can make things a lot more cleansy. I mean, I wouldn't say cleansy. Is it a dick spider? No, it isn't. Okay, thank God. I freaking hate myself for that. I don't get how people could be afraid of spiders. They're little innocent creatures. I mean, I don't know what they're called, but the poisonous ones, fuck them. But like the small little babies or anything like that, leave them alone, man. Just grab a cup and just like, don't tell them they're babies. Anyways, yeah, it's actually posters. Basically, my main goal here is that I want to like have it to where it's more sorted than like just like tossing shit in there like I did. Again, I have 2 of these, so I'll just keep that one in there. Yeah, I'm keeping this because it's a Christmas card. Should I put it in my little file cabinet? Where's the red one? There it is. There. Which, since this is a family photo, I guess I'll just also keep that there. Okay. So I saw this at a thrift store, like $5. Haven't used it yet. Got the spam now. I don't know why I kept this. Garbage now, honestly. I need a little plastic baggie for the DS games. For the 3DS and DS games. Again, I don't know why I still have it. It's all garbage. Like the DS is a dead system, even though I can hack it. Homebrew it. Something I can do that's homebrewable. I don't know why I thought that'd be a good idea. I'm an idiot, so yeah. Yeah. I actually do use my flask in this big flask. I got this flask off eBay for like $4, and I got my this fucking big ass one. It literally just says "fuck it" on it. I didn't even notice that when I first got it, but I got it for like $4. I said, sure, why not? Yeah. Towel for when I was on this freaking special needs basketball team. Which, by the way, I have a funny story about them. So, me being a teenager and me having hormones, I had to masturbate, which it's common as somebody my age. I still do to this day. Anyways, I had an itch that needed to scratch, right? And I was at basketball practice. So, and thankfully I have my phone on me, which I have like over 20 gigs of porn because I don't trust the internet. I don't trust looking at porn on the internet. Like you don't know who could be spying on you. You gotta download that shit just so you can keep it private for yourself. Unless they're unless they have people watching your phone every second. In that case, I hope you enjoy porn because that's mostly what I do with my phone these days. So yeah, I load up the Now here's the thing: I'm a weirdo, so this is a weird shit. I'm kind of a furry. I wouldn't go out dressing up, but I don't know. I don't mind fapping to it on occasions. So I load up, in particular, the Anka video. The bumba dun 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 dun. If you know, you know. Now again, so since it's like a unified basketball team, most of the people there are disabled. I mean, most of the people there are mentally challenged, which there's nothing wrong with that. As somebody I'm autistic, so that's the only reason why I was on the fucking team. Obviously, I'm autistic. Look at his face. Anyways, I'm basically, I'm sitting there, let's say I'm putting on the sunglasses. Let's say that I'm putting on the sunglasses. Oh god, that ruined my hair. So yeah, I'm over there. I'm doing my thing. Blah blah blah. I get it all done with. Now keep in mind, again, I was at that time. I didn't think that nobody would know the video, right? Because again, most of them are mentally disabled. So I'm thinking okay, nobody is actually going to know about the Anka video. Okay, they'll probably just think that I'm listening to music to help me get through the bathroom, right? So I'm doing my thing, getting everything done, blah blah blah. I bust the nut, blah blah blah, as I usually do in the bathroom. I forgot to note that my friend who's actually been on my channel multiple times, his name is GC, dear friend of mine. Known a dude since I was in elementary school. He was on that basketball team, and he and another friend of ours, I'm not gonna say his name to keep his private info safe. He also knew about the video. And again, since I had the video on full blast, it was kind of echoing through the gym. Again, at the time, I didn't know nobody would notice. I didn't think anybody would know. But again, I didn't seem to realize that GZ and our friend, they would know. So I'm walking out of the bathroom. Nobody looks at me weird. But then I look at GZ and our friend. They look at me. This is the exact face they look. This is the exact fucking face. Because once they knew, they heard the music. Their face, they told me afterwards that their face, when they heard the music, they're like, they're just shooting hoops, like practicing. Next thing you know, when they heard the music, they're like, but the next thing you know, as I'm walking out of the bathroom, they look at me because we're all like doing this like stand up line, like we're doing like this line because the coach is talking to us. See, they look at me with the most saddest. No, this is the exact way they look at me. They just look at me like that exact face. They're just like, and as we're walking home, GZ looks at me because our friend he had a ride. He looks at me. I mean, he's looking at me the whole way home, and I go like, "What's up?" And he goes like, "Why were you fapping to the Anka video, buddy?" Just exact fucking words. I'm not even kidding. Yeah, man. And you know what? It's still funny to this very day. Yeah, that's silly. I need to figure out where I'm gonna put all these balls. I can I juggle 3? I can juggle 2. I juggle. Hey, give me a ball. That sentence. Give me a ball. So don't give me a ball. Because it just almost fucked up my whole computer setup. Knocked my mouse down. This will be a stream moment. I farted. Excuse me. You're like, bro, that's disgusting. Yeah, it is. I fully acknowledge that, but it's just the normal human thing. It still works, actually. I'll put that out there just in case, I do it with flies or something. This is easier. You don't know it's summer. You don't know, man. You don't know. You never know it's summer if like a fly is gonna come and fuck you over. You'll never know what's lurking out here in the dark. Oh, we know, sir. We know. If you know the reference, I'm not going to explain it on stream, but if you know what I'm talking about, you're probably going to have the most expressed face like, how much porn does this dude watch? Why do I have so many balls? There's an egg. Bye, egg. Anyways, let's see here. I actually used this in a video once. I made this crappy video called the Minecraft song, which is like one of the worst things I've ever made. But yeah, I think that was kind of meant to be the point. It was meant to be bad. In the video, you see I died in the game Minecraft, and then my next thing you know, GZ, the guy I was talking about earlier, he takes his chain and he goes like, "Kill you, buddy." Proceeds to beat the crap out of me with the chain. Might have a scar. Yeah, maybe it's not the best idea to take my final lap. Just like that. Yeah, shit. Yeah, this is much better. These are old scripts. Man. Oh, man. I remember this. I remember this one more, though. This is supposed to be my House of Buddies film debut. I remember this. This is my the first House of Buddies film. Look how many fucking pages this script has. Well, it took hours to print that. The context, I was trying to work on like a House of Buddies film adaptation. Like, this is a pretty big script. A good 60 pages, so I might get like a good hour out of this. Yeah, I still might make that. Might have to re-edit the script though, because just looking back on it, it's pretty bad. Definitely could have used some work. You know, I don't know. I might re-edit it if I get the proper budget, of course. Because if I just have like a standard script, then what else am I supposed to do? This is where I can put the which, by the way, this bag is very important to me. This belonged to a cousin of mine who unfortunately passed away recently. What happened was he died. So basically, his mother died. And he he was going through a rough time until eventually he got in trouble with the police. And eventually, like he was sitting all alone in like a prison cell, and stress was getting so bad to him that he just had a heart attack, and nobody helped him. That's why I still keep that bottle to this day because I cherish it. Because that was like the one last thing he gave to me before he passed away, and it's a sad reminder of his horrible, horrible alcohol abuse. Yeah, yeah. It is sad knowing that. Like, and I think the reason he got into prison in like the first place, not prison, but like a small, like how he got into like a jail cell was probably like some alcohol charges or something like that. So I don't remember. I don't know the logistics, but I do remember how it was a very dark time for me and my family. Yeah, honestly, I lost like a good chunk of family members that year. Like last a few years ago. It's been like a few years since the whole ordeal happened. Yeah, basically, like give me the whole context. It was the year of my graduation, and that was like, say almost a few years now. God damn, like next month will be the 1 year anniversary of my graduation. No, not 1 year. I'd say 2 or 3 years. God, it's been 2 or 3 years since I graduated. Well, anyways, my basically I was graduating, and my aunt who basically was like a mother to my mother. She had cancer, and I thought things were getting better for her because the last time I saw her, she was basically like just chilling. She was like in her house, she was in her apartment. She basically said, "Yeah, I still have cancer, but starting to live with it. Hope things are getting up better for me," and blah blah blah. And so I'm thinking to myself, okay, hopefully things get better. She was in her 50s, so like, just gotta hope for the best. But my mom, next thing you know, my cousin, the one who unfortunately passed away, he basically comes driving up. He's like, just he fucking floors over. And keep in mind, the months prior, he and his wife recently got into like they had an affair, and they were already working to like get some sort of divorce or something like that. I didn't even like his wife in the first place. I still don't. Like she's not that likable of a person. But anyways, they pull up and basically say that yeah, like my aunt, she took a very bad turn. Now, moments prior, me and my mother were just watching TV. We were laughing our ass off. But I was like, "Hey, where are you going, mom?" Like, and like, your aunt, she's not doing so well, Adam. And she was tears. She gets home that day. She had tears running down her eyes because she knew that my aunt did not have a lot of time left, and she thought that like she maybe had a few months left, and she just didn't want to think about it. Well, the next thing you know, like you see, like a few like days go by, and things seems fine because she knew my mom. My mom knew that she still had some time left, but she knew that she didn't have a lot, so she was trying to think about it. Well, basically, like not even 2 weeks later, she passed away, and my mother didn't get to see her. And basically, like I remember how my cousin came by. He was at a loss for words. He couldn't even get the sentence out. I had to just blur it out. I didn't know. I just said, "Hey, is it Jackie? Is it like?" Yeah, my mother was at first staying strong. She like, "Oh, did she die?" And then next thing you know, he just says a time period, and my mom just flat out breaks down. She just breaks down. She was sitting there bawling. She fell down to the ground, just saying, "Oh God, this why her? Why?" And keep in mind, my mom does not handle death very well. No, like understandable. I can't even handle the topic very well. Actually, if I really do think about it, I actually am like the one guy in my family who's actually the best at handling stuff like death. Because to me, death is a part of life. Like I've learned to like, live with the fact that not everybody lives forever. I mean, I'm an atheist, so I don't really care about anything like the afterlife or anything like that. You know, to me, when somebody in the family dies, I'm not really. I mean, if it was my mother, then that's one thing. But like, if it was like a family member or something like that, I'd definitely be sad about the whole situation. I'd be sad for the family members that are really sad. But to me, I'd be like, well, I guess it was just their time. Like, and some people might see that as me just being like a jerk off or something like that, as someone who just doesn't really care for his family. When in reality, I do care about all my family members equally, even the ones that are pieces of shit. Because at the end of the day, they're family. You gotta love your family. But like at the end of the day, like to me, I don't really see death as that sad of an event. I mean, I'm not gonna see it as a happy event. I don't want anybody to die because once somebody's dead, they're gone. You can't ever see them again. But like to me, I don't really see it as a sad event. I just see it. Oh man, that sucks, dude. Because again, I've come to terms with the fact that death is just a part of life. Remember Vivid Doomsday or Victor Slim? Yeah, I don't really talk about that kind of stuff anymore. But like again, as somebody who's like, I just come to terms with the fact that yeah, everybody dies eventually, and you know what? To some people, like that might not seem the best, but to me, I think that's a better way of living life than most people think, because it makes me appreciate the family members that I like. It makes me just appreciate life as I do now. Why be worried that they're going to die or that we're going to die when I could be appreciating life as it is? When, but again, I do know that like yeah, everybody's gonna die. Even I'm gonna die. Even you, the viewer, people watching this stream at the moment, or the person like if you're watching this as a VOD, you could die at any moment. So that's why you should appreciate life as it is. And yeah, I just don't take death that seriously. Again, if it was my mother, a father, or a family member, or like, I mean, like, if it was like a brother or a sister, or like, again, even my parents, if they were dying, that's different. I would definitely break down into tears because, they're like close family members. But if it was like, I don't know, like, say a cousin, or like, again, my aunt, I'd definitely be sad. And don't get me wrong, I would definitely be sad. But like, I wouldn't let it ruin my life. I wouldn't let it ruin me for a week. I would just say, man, that sucks, dude. She was such a good person. Rest in peace. And I would just move on with my day. Okay. I don't usually go to funerals. I don't usually like because I'm not good. Because I'm the kind of guy who likes to be positive and jokey. I'm that kind of guy. I'm a jokester. Okay, and I feel like if I were to go to a funeral, I would just make a big scene out of everything. I'd be very immature. I'd be a douchebag. And I'm just not that kind of guy. Well, anyways, my mother, like I said, is the exact opposite of me. She breaks down. She's legit. Like now, keep in mind, again, she was completely fine the whole day. But once my cousin let her know that yeah, she was gone, she just broke down and she fell to the floor and she was just like legit out of it for like a good 5 minutes. She could not move. She was just sitting there bawling her eyes out. It meant was the most sad I've seen my mother in my life because the thing is about my aunt, she's not just like another person to my mother. She was like, see, basically, I never knew my grandmother because she died when my mom was very very young. She died in like the 70s or 80s, and like basically my aunt was basically like she was basically my mother for she was basically a mom to my mom because again since her mom passed away, my aunt was basically the only one who raised my mom. And the fact that she passed away now was like is like losing a second mother. It's like losing her mother all over again, and that really fucked with her. So yeah, she's sitting there bawling her eyes out. She can barely move and all that crap. So eventually, my cousin takes her out, and they basically visit my grandmother's gravestone, and they're basically telling her, "Hey, please take care of Auntie and all that crap. Whatever, take care of my sister." You know. Next thing you know, my mom comes home. She's hammered because again, she does not take death well. She doesn't take it well. She isn't good with death. Her first negotiation, like when somebody dies or something like that, somebody who's very close to her, when somebody like that dies, her first response is, "I'm gonna go drink. I'm gonna go drink so I can like hide the pain." Which, in my opinion, I don't think that's the best way to handle these kinds of situations. Okay, you gotta live with that kind of shit. You gotta live with the pain to me. But again, to each their own. So she's sitting there, she's fucking hammered. She's dead. Basically, the only kinds of things she was basically saying was like, oh, like, do you know how much she loved you? She loved you so much. And again, I'm not really the kind of guy to say these. I can't really tell her to stop because, like, she can't. She's an emotional mess right now because, her sister, who was like a mother to her, just died. I can't really tell her to stop. So eventually, a close friend to a close friend to the family, her name is Sue. She probably doesn't have a problem with me saying her name. She's a fucking nurse. She comes by. She takes my mother out, and basically, by the time my mother gets home with Sue, immediately, she is no longer sad. She just goes into her room. Just she's flat out cold. She passes out, and she's out cold. Right. And well, basically, what happened was and now I'm sitting here. Now keep in mind that whole day I had a package coming in, and it came in through USPS. So basically, I still have that package. Like, I mean, I still have it. Fucking Planet of the Apes trilogy, fucking best fucking films of some of the best movies I've ever seen. But like, I basically tell her like, hey, like, you got to make sure my mom is okay, and she's like, yeah, she's okay, sweetie. And now my freaking siblings, they obviously are worried about my mother because they're young, they care about my mother as long as, of course, I do, but they're, again, since they're young, they care, they like want to make sure she's okay, so they're like waking her up because again, she was flat out passed out because she was drunk as shit because that's usually, because again, that's like how she handles stuff like that. She's basically saying, listen, your aunt loved you so much and I want you to know that because she was still a bit kind of tipsy when she like woke up. But yeah, the next morning, it was very dark. I wish I had went to school that day. Basically, the only reason I was at home that day was since I'm a senior, we just had to do, like, basically we got out of school like 2 weeks earlier than everyone else. And basically, what happened was a lot of the students, they were doing this test. They were doing a test, and they basically they had an option for seniors to stay home or just either stay home or just go to school, and you're gonna have to sit in the classroom and be quiet that whole day. Obviously, people are going to stay home. I don't know why people would want to go to school on a day like that if they're not going to be able to sit there and do anything. What's the point in going to school? I wish I stayed home because, honestly, God, that whole situation did kind of traumatize me a sort of way. Because again, I'm not the kind of person to cry about death. Because again, I come to terms with the fact that death is part of life, like I mentioned. But though seeing my mother just be an emotional mess sincerely broke my heart. It scared me because again, my mother is usually kind-hearted. She's usually positive. She's usually the kind of woman. She's 54. Okay, okay. My mother's kind of gal who's usually she tries to stay positive every second of the day, just for the purpose of being positive. That's my mother. So seeing her like that messed me up in a kind of way. You know, I just really hope I don't have to go through something like that again. Well, basically, the next morning goes by. Now, keep in mind, this whole situation was going on the week of my graduation. It was like, I say it wasn't Wednesday, but it was Tuesday when the whole situation of my aunt dying. It was Tuesday when it happened. Next morning, it was Wednesday morning. We were all getting ready to graduate. Now, keep in mind, I'm already stressing out because I didn't even know my English grades were high enough for me to graduate. But I think even my English teacher knew, yeah, just you're fine. Like, I'm just gonna give you a passing grade just so you can get the fuck out. Because I wasn't that good of a student. I was kind of a misbehaved. I misbehaved a lot. I was kind of immature. My class dubbed me as the annoying student. Yep, fuck you guys. Basically, I'm in school now. Basically, we're talking about it. And I realized that somebody else had passed away from cancer recently, who was a student who I didn't even know had cancer. I just thought she had some sort of like size and disability, but no, she apparently died from cancer. Hope if her parents see this, rest in peace, your daughter. But anyways, basically we're getting ready to go to my graduation, blah blah blah. But keep in mind, it wasn't like the ceremony. It was more of like a way for all the students to take a big group picture, just for everybody to just get everything. But then we got on this bus. Now, keep in mind, we're all positive. We're all saying positive, even me. But on the back of my mind, I knew that there was a worst case scenario that my mother could still be in a worse shape. So we're basically going through schools and all that crap. We're going to like multiple elementary schools to see past teachers. To see, I saw my cousin there. I picked him up, start dragging him. I start picking him up, and I have him on my shoulder because little. I'm carrying across, blah blah blah. I'm carrying him across. I of course put him down. He ran back to his class. Like, even see a past teacher, I give her the biggest fucking hug because she was shocked to see me. I was shocked to see her. I didn't even know she was a teacher now. Her mother was also a teacher. She also passed away, but it was from old age. She basically, so we go to another school. I wasn't really that active because I didn't really know any of the teachers there. I wasn't really like the number one. I wasn't really there. I didn't go to that school. So we get back to the school, right? And the bus driver offers, "Hey, I'll drive you and your sister home. Would that be cool?" Because again, we're graduates. Like we didn't need to really go to school anymore. Like we're all done our work. We're all graduated. Just go home. And yeah, we all had that option. And I basically said, "Let me make a phone call real quick." So I run inside the school. I call the house phone just to check on my mother. Because again, because I was afraid that if I was to go home and she would still be an emotional wreck. Thankfully, she was fine. You could tell. I could definitely tell that she was definitely still sad and all that crap. But she was definitely not to the same point she was yesterday. She was just trying not to think about the whole situation. She was. So I get home, give my mother the biggest fucking hug I'd ever give her, and she said, and I just wanted to let her know that things are gonna be okay, and I think that's really what got her through the situation. So days go by, and next thing you know, we do this. Now we're at this basic practice ceremony where we have to practice. We have to do this fucking bullshit ass scenario where we all have to walk in a certain way. It was all dumb as shit when we all could have just gotten up from our seats one by one. We didn't have to do this freaking line formation, but yeah, we're all sitting there. We're doing this line formation. I accidentally pissed one of the guys off. If you're seeing this video, I apologize for touching your face in the crowd. I was a completely different person from who I am now. Um, God, that felt relieving. I've never really told anybody that. Basically, we're doing this line formation. We're just doing our thing, blah blah blah. The next thing you know, like we all get sent home. And again, I was again afraid that my mother was also going to be an emotional wreck. Thankfully, I just get home, and this time I just took the normal bus because like it wasn't like last time, the day beforehand, the one where we had to walk through all the different schools. The bus driver would personally just drive in front of my front of the house, and I was like, okay, that's cool. So yeah, this time I just took normal. That time I just took the normal bus. Actually, no, now that I remember it, my ex girlfriend's father, who he basically drove me home, he basically just drove me home and all that crap. And basically we had some sort of a rocky relationship, but since I took his daughter to prom and I was good to her during prom, he basically just lost he basically just lost all the hatred he had for me, and he basically was like, "Yeah, thanks for giving her a good time." We're still good friends to this day, actually. When I think about it, if you're saying this, hi. Yeah. So basically, I'm at home now. And again, I just wanted to check on I wanted to check on my mother, see if she was still doing okay. My mother is still okay, thank God. And then next thing you know, it was the actual graduation. The graduation where everybody was like getting ready to, receive their diploma. I got a certificate of completion, meaning that like, yeah, you did it, but not really. But anyways. anyways, we go on stage. I get my certificate. I get my certificate of completion, and we basically go home. And honest to God, all the sadness that my mother had from my aunt passing away was completely gone because she saw her two babies, basically her two kids on stage graduating, and she was immediately happy the rest of the day. Um, there was at one point where she was kind of sad. So, what friends do you miss a lot? I don't know. There's a lot of people in my life that I don't really miss because some of the people I used to know from school were kind of jackasses. They treated me like a baby. Granted, I was somewhat of a baby during school, but like, I try to move on from that kind of situation. But every time I see those fuckers, they will always act like I'm some sort of toddler. When in reality, I'm like, no, I'm not a toddler. I'm I'm a completely different person from who I am now. Granted, I'm still autistic. You know, I still have my moments where I can be a weirdo. I mean, just go back to any parts of the stream and you see me being a fucking weirdo. But again, don't let that I'm just trying to move on from being a freaking jackass and just trying to be my own person now. Anyways, so the thing is, it's a spider somewhere. Really? Well, anyways, what happened? So basically, we're at this graduation party, which is being hosted by my aunt and uncle. All my family members are there and all that crap, and we're all having a good time. Basically, my mom is the kind of person who basically wants her kids to have a lot of fun during these kinds of parties. So she basically says, "I'll allow you to drink because it's my graduation party. I'm a teenager. What's there not to have? Like, why not have a little bit of fun?" So basically, my goal was I'm gonna drink a pint. I'm gonna drink a Mike's Hard Lemonade. So I'm thinking like, okay, this should be pretty good. This should basically just get my ass plastered because I had one of those ones and basically like I was sitting there just humping the wall the whole time. So I'm sitting there, I'm starting to drink this shit. Stuff tasted like absolute ass. I don't know how I drank it beforehand, but the shit was disgusting. I don't drink, okay? Like I said before, like I think alcohol is gross. I've rarely tasted an alcohol that actually tastes good. But like again, alcohol is mostly just fucking flat out garbage. And I don't get it. It's one of those things where you just question about how the fuck is this stuff popular. But then you realize, oh yeah, that's right, it numbs people's pain. God. So, anyways, I'm sitting here like trying to get my ass fucking plastered. It's not working because again, stuff's fucking nasty. So I just give up and I just like put the drink back. I'm like, okay, I'm clearly not having fun. The only good part of that the graduation party was mostly boring because my aunt and uncle, they're strict. They don't really allow people to use their Wi-Fi, and my phone does not have mobile data. So like I couldn't really do that much. The one thing that I am glad, the one thing that I still have from that graduation party, and I still use it to this very day, is this puppy, my guitar. This is a cheap piece of crap, and I love it to this day. Yeah, this is the one thing I still have from my graduation party that I still use to this day. I love this thing. It definitely is taking me a lot of places, for the most part. Yeah. Anyways, like I was saying, basically I get bored and I basically said no. Another thing that the graduation party basically got me was a few $100. Basically, my aunt basically said we're gonna give you and your sister we're gonna give you and your sister $200 each just for graduating, but only if you graduate. Well, since we graduated, you just show me the money, and we got money. Yeah, $200 each. Me and my sister both got $200 each. And basically, it's our friend, the same guy who I basically was originally asked to help me with the massage chair, the guy I mentioned earlier. He drove me home that time. He drove me home because, again, I was clearly bored out of my mind. It wasn't that big a deal. I just wanted to head home. We stopped by the store. My jackass buys like 2 liters of Coke. I mean, not two. I mean, 18 cans of Coke. How about like 26 cans of Coke. Hopefully my math is correct. I doubt it, but Yeah. So fuck alcohol, drink Coke. Yeah. And since then, my mom really hasn't really thought about my aunt since then. Like the most she has is like every once a year during her birthday. My mom does think about her sister. And I don't blame her. Okay, because again, my aunt was like a mother to my sister. She basically was always there for her, especially when her mother passed away. My sister was basically like a second mom to my mom. So it was a very difficult time for her. And you know what? I don't know if she still hasn't. I don't know if I'm not keeping that there anymore. I don't know if she had. Remember when SML got sued by Nintendo and they had to replace their own characters with original characters like Marvin? Yeah, I remember that. I don't know if she hasn't even really moved on from the situation entirely. But again, like that's to be expected. It was her sister who was like a fucking mother to her. How can you move on from a situation like that? You basically can't. But again, that's really her thing. I've basically just completely forgotten about the situation. The only time I even remember is when my mom brings it up. It is still tragic though. I do want to just like have a moment of silence for my aunt who did pass away. And her son, because anyways, I forgot to tell you that part of the story. Basically what happened was, like I said, basically it was like 2 months after my graduation. My cousin, who clearly was not going through, clearly not having a good time. He was clearly not going through. Clearly, he was the most affected by my aunt's death because, because that wasn't just that was his mom, right? That was his mother. So imagine how much that has to fuck with you. The fact not only is this person dead, but that person is your mother. That shit fucks with you. Well, anyways, he was basically he was an alcoholic without question. And you know what? If he was still alive, he wouldn't deny it. He would easily tell you, "Yep, I am an alcoholic." Which, yeah, I remember telling him on multiple occasions, "Hey, you gotta let that shit. You gotta cut down on that shit because it's really fucking you up." I mean, your wife is. I mean, you slept with your wife, which again, I don't blame him on that. But again, you barely see your kids anymore. You gotta stop. You gotta turn your life on. And basically, unfortunately, he didn't listen. Well, one day he basically got into some trouble with the police. Oh, I was going like, hey, what the hell is that noise? It's a bird. I'm an idiot. Basically, he's like, nah, man, I'm fine, dude. I'm fine, dude. Just let me be me. And again, I wish, a part of me does wish that I did do something more. Because, again, this is what happened. Basically, he got into some trouble with the police. And he was just, he was having a fucking flat out panic attack because he was all alone in that jail cell. Like, nobody to help him. And he had a heart attack and nobody helped him. And he died. He died in that cold prison cell on the floor from a heart attack. And yeah, we didn't really hear about it. And you know what? But here's the part that bothers me the most about the situation. We didn't find out about his death until fucking 2 days after he died. We didn't find out about any of this until 2 days later. So we were basically left in the dark. Now, keep in mind, we weren't worried because we never really saw my cousin. My cousin was one of those family members. Basically, he's part of my mom's side of the family, and we don't usually interact with my mom's side of the family. So we're just thinking okay, he's probably doing his own thing. Wait, no need to worry. But then basically out of nowhere, my mom got a message from one of her family members who basically said, "Hey, how did you hear about Joey? I'm so sorry about your passing, about his passing." And my mom was like, "Wait, what? What are you talking about?" And she's like, "Yeah, I heard Joey passed away. Did you not know?" And like apparently, again, my mother, nobody on her side of the family basically said anything about his death. That shit pissed me off because like one thing, it's one thing if it was a family member. It's one thing if it was like I know if it was like an ancient relative that you never knew. But no, that was like cousin. My mom knew that kid when that kid was a baby. My mom knew that guy since he was a baby. So it would have been nice to know at least have some sort of message the day that it happened. But again, nobody told her. Nobody told her. She only found out 2 days later because somebody told her on Facebook saying, "Hey, I'm sorry about your loss." And again, my mom thought that this was some sort of prank or some sort of misunderstanding. She didn't know that it was actually the truth. So she started texting everybody and all that crap until, like, again, she thought it was all like flabbergated lies. She thought it might have been a misunderstanding. All she knew at that point was that, yeah, he was like getting into some legal trouble with the police or something. That's all she knew at the time. So basically, like, now she's like, okay, listen, I gotta figure something out. What's going on? Well, yeah. Again, she all thought that this was some sort of misunderstanding until another family member basically relayed the information and made it official. Yeah, he's dead. And again, she basically had the same situation with my aunt. It wasn't as severe because she loved my cousin with all her heart. Don't get me wrong, but it's a different scenario where like it's your sisters or like someone's mother or your cousin. Of course, you're gonna have more emotion on one hand, but again, she was definitely emotional. She broke down again. It was basically the same scenario about how she reacted with my aunt dying. She had another emotional breakdown. She was at a loss for words, and once again, she used alcohol as a way to numb the pain. And again, I don't think that is the best way to handle a situation like that. In my opinion, you gotta face these issues head on. And you gotta be able to embrace the fact that yeah, they're gone. You can't really like numb that kind of pain. But again, her main alcohol is not. I can't speak today. Alcohol is not really her. What's the moment you wish you forgot but you still remember? That oh my god, I have multiple of them. But like I was saying, alcohol is not her main when situations like this, but it's definitely one of her mains. Her main topic is to just not think about it, which I think is the best. Like the best thing you can do is just not think about it. Yeah. Closet might be done now. Like, yeah, the best thing you can do is just not think about it. Like, in my opinion, you shouldn't just like run up to it. You shouldn't just run up to the problem and just go like, yeah, I do think the best way to handle a situation like this is to face the problem head on. I'll probably direct it to the floor. It's just the best way to handle a situation. Yeah, 6 minutes and everything. Yeah, Pilgers. There we go. Gotta make sure that they're still there. Basically, like I said, in my opinion, the best way to handle a situation like this is to face the problem head on. But again, like just not thinking about it is definitely another good way to handle it because like you don't really need to think about it. What if you just can't handle these kinds of emotions? Like you just can't really think about it. And again, to this day, I don't think my mother has completely moved on from these traumatic situations. Because again, one was her aunt, and one was her sister, and another was her sister's son. And I can fuck with somebody, and I don't really blame her for not wanting to really move on from these situations. Because how could you? How could you? I am hoping one day she actually does like try to move on from the situation, but at the moment, I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon. I still have hope, you know. Okay. Now she's an emotional mess anymore. She's definitely right. I think the most I can easily say from these situations is that she's basically moved on. I don't know if she's completely, I don't know if she moved on, but I will say she's gotten over it. She hasn't moved on, but she's gotten over it, if that makes any sense. But clearly she still has to deal with the fact that her sister and her sister is dead. Surprisingly, that's not the first time that happened. Favorite video on my channel? I don't know. I have a lot of them. I don't think you can really move on from a situation like that, but I do believe she is like in a much better place than she was beforehand. All right. Yep, still looks like shit. Over here spending like an hour just working on my closet, trying to fix it to be the best that it can possibly be. And it still looks like shit. It's this fucking keyboard. Ugh! There's so much shit in here. Mainly these masks. Masks won't stay up. Alright. Yep. I'm gonna end the stream for now, guys. I feel like I streamed for like an hour and 30 minutes. My favorite video. Yeah, I already said. Yep, I'm gonna end the stream here. Hope probably the worst one. Probably the worst one asked, but remember, noobs are not. Oh god, noobs are. That whole situation is fucked. The whole situation with Noobzor is just completely fucked. Sure, my wife is. Why is one of the haunted joke from the channel trailer? Yeah. The whole Noobzor situation, like I was saying, is basically fucked. Oh god, what can I say about this? Well, it's been a few years, so I think I can easily say. First off, fuck him. Screw him for the shit that he did. Okay, I never want to talk to him again. But another part of me does miss him because, you know, he was a friend. He was my friend. He was a dear friend. I don't think that's so hard to say. Okay. And the fact that he was a dear friend makes the whole situation even worse. Okay. But yeah, I don't really like to think about that kind of stuff because to me, I'd rather move on from the whole situation than just like let it lynch on me and all that crap. But again, I still revisit some videos that I did because I still have some of them archived. I won't upload them, but I still have some of them archived, the ones that I did with him. But like again, I really don't like want to. I don't really like thinking about the whole situation because again, he wasn't your friend, and he went out of his way and did garbage like that, and that's what bothers me. That's the fact that he was my friend. He was my friend, and he did some stupid shit. Shit that he initially said, "Yeah, I'm against all that crap," and he went on and did it. Like, how much of a hypocrite do you have to be? Yeah, basically, a part of me still misses him, but at the end of the day, I am mostly angry. Okay, that's all I can really say. What's your favorite game? I don't know. I say GTA 5. Yeah, this ain't a Q&A, dude. I'm gonna end the stream here. Yep, I'm gonna end the stream here, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Yep. See you. Bye. Bye, everybody.